QBs. Take a look at the numbers. Mahomes, obviously, 15-1, so he's got that on lock. Then Lamar has more total yards, touchdowns, and a better passer rating than everybody else. Burrow has some stellar numbers, but not the wins, obviously. He's under 500. And Josh Allen doesn't have the lead in any statistical category, but he does have some sick highlights. So, 3 guys can make it. Who's going to be the odd man out?
All right, so I think 2 guys have to be locks, and I think those 2 might surprise people. I think Lamar is a lock.
Okay.
He is having what's the 4th highest passer rating of all time.
Now it's second.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we'll see where it lands for the year. But from a passer rating, which isn't everything, but it's something, and we all like it as a kind of catch-all. An all-time great season. They have played as tough of a schedule as anybody, as many playoff teams as anyone in the league. As many as Kansas City, I think 8 games against playoff teams, maybe 9 games against playoff teams for Baltimore. And he adds the rushing dynamic to go along with the passing. The other lock is Mahomes. Mahomes has been a Pro Bowler every year of his career. Where the legacy plays in is he is the 2-time defending Super Bowl MVP who this season has, despite the offense being ravaged by injury as much as any team in the league, leads the league in fourth-quarter comebacks, leads the league in game-winning drives with 7, but as many game-winning drives as Burrow has wins total, and he is, the last 9 weeks, played just about as well as any quarterback in football. 18 touchdowns, 2 picks, that's over half the season. So it comes down to Burrow versus Josh Allen.
No, it doesn't.
And while I think Josh Allen's the MVP, I think Joe Burrow should get the Pro Bowl spot.
That can't.
Wow.
That
Doesn't make sense.
Well, can I tell you why it makes sense entirely? It's this because the whole
Nothing you said made any sense because you said that Patrick Mahomes should get the MVP, be a Pro Bowler because of legacy. Because he's been the Pro Bowler before and that he won the Super Bowl last year. That has nothing to do with this year. That has nothing to do with this year. Nothing that happened last year or the year before or the year before or the year before or the year before has anything to do with this year. Okay? That's not hard to understand. This is the 2024 season. That's what it is. Nothing to do with last year. Nothing to do with the year before. So there's no logical sense. None. 0. I'm going to let this clip play, but it makes no sense. None. Just look at PFF. Lamar Jackson, 93. Joe Burrow, 91. Josh Allen, 90. Patrick Mahomes goes all the way down to 85. He is not the top 3 quarterback in the AFC this season. That is just a fact. It is just a fact. I know it's hard for people to understand. It's just a fact. It's the reality of the situation. It's the reality of the situation. I know it's so hard for people to accept, but it's the reality of the situation.
reason that we value the team record in MVP is because it's most valuable player. Offensive player of the year, rookie of the year, those things don't have that word in it and don't have that your team has to be winning connotation. They are individual awards based on individual excellence. I think Burrow, we put him next to Allen, you just kind of did it, individually has been statistically, I think we can put him next to Allen, has been statistically superior. And so they are different categories.
This is not the
to me,
argument.
Pro Bowl and most valuable player. And so
put Joe Burrow against Patrick Mahomes. Like, what are we talking about then? This is oh my God, this is what lawyers do. And a good judge will be like, whoa, this has nothing to do with anything. This has nothing to do with anything. I mean, this is just insanity. I went to small claims court one time with my landlord. And my landlord tried to start talking about his mom being sick and this and that. He started to like work up tears. And the judge said, stop. He goes, I'm very sorry to hear about your mother. I truly am. But it has nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with this case right now. And I won, by the way, just so y'all know.
3 AFC Pro Bowl quarterbacks would be Patrick, Lamar, and Joe. And Josh Allen might be league MVP. And by the way, last year, Josh Allen got the only MVP vote of anybody, first place MVP vote, other than Lamar. He got the only one. It was 49 for Lamar, 1 for him, and he was not a Pro Bowler. So there is some precedent for the fact that those are two different categories the way they're looked at. Tua was a Pro Bowler along with Lamar and Patrick.
I think the thing is, and I'm a voter for the NBA MVP, we don't take that word valuable literally. You know, we kind of look at it the most outstanding player on one of the best teams.
But don't you think in the NFL they clearly do, and that's why quarterbacks win it every year? Because it's the valuable part of it?
I think we've just started to overvalue the quarterback. But I just don't see how you can be MVP and not make the Pro Bowl. But my picks would be starter, Lamar. Second team, Josh Allen. Third, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
You got it with the 50 wins. I mean, Joe Burrow doesn't even have a winning record. And look, you're nitpicking when you talk about these guys being so great. Here's the biggest nit that all of them have to pick. It's just one game. But Joe Burrow losing to the Patriots and throwing no touchdowns could cost them the playoffs. I can't find a nit like that on anybody else's resume.
The Ravens lost to the Raiders.
Yeah,
and the
but
Browns.
it didn't cost them the playoffs.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
And Lamar had a bad defense for most of the season, too. And so I Burrow would be the odd man out for me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. Burrow, to me, is the odd man out. And when you look at it, the statistics are great, but he's also got two pretty impressive weapons.
Yes, the best weapons of.
Derrick Henry's
I mean, as far as receivers.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, if we're talking about passing yard in the passing game, he's got two lethal guys. So I think that helps him significantly, and it's just the Pro Bowl voting.
It helps him. So what do we want to take away Joe Burrow's weapons too? So he has no defense, no all-time great coach, and no wide receivers to throw to. Best of luck, bud. Best of luck. Please win some games for us. Joe Burrow's not the reason why they lost these games. Like, this is so insanity. This is comically, hilariously absurd. Seriously. If you want to talk about record, we can point to direct wins. Direct wins for the Kansas City Chiefs and their defense winning. Their defense winning. We know whether you want to blame injuries for Patrick Mahomes not being able to put up the numbers. That's fine. But it was the defense that has led this team. The defense that has shut down other teams' offenses. That has not been the case for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. None. The dude has put up massive numbers. Massive numbers in games that he has lost. That Josh Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes, for that matter, have put up a fraction of it. A fraction. And rip off wins. So this is honestly, genuinely bonkers. This is truly bonkers. We have lost it at this point. We have lost it. We really, really have. I don't even know what to say. Honestly. When I see takes like this, it's just like, this is the type of stuff that makes me just want to be like, I don't want to listen to this stuff. Because it's so absurd. It really, really is. I mean, we can look at the numbers. Patrick Mahomes, 4th in total yards per game. Touchdown turnovers, 4th. Just 2 behind in interceptions of Burrow and way less in touchdowns. Also, that's not considering rushing touchdowns as well. At least I don't think it is. Passer rating, obviously the lowest. Obviously. You're like, well, the record. When do we want to pick and choose when it's wins and losses? We can't keep just picking and choosing when it's convenient for our argument. Last year, you want to tell me that Patrick Mahomes was still the best quarterback in the NFL. Did he have the best record? Or were there many other teams that had a better record than him in both the AFC and the NFC? We know that answer. We know that answer. Here it is, guys. Here's the record. The Kansas City Chiefs were 11-6. Okay? Brock Purdy, better record. Jared Goff, better record. Dak Prescott, better record. Lamar Jackson, better record. So if you want to use wins and losses, combined also with passer rating and other metrics, those quarterbacks were all statistically better than Patrick Mahomes. And again, the Pro Bowl is not about who you think is the greatest. Who do you think is the best, having the best career? Who won the Super Bowl last year? It's specifically the season. Specifically the season. Who is playing the best? Patrick Mahomes is not. He's just not. You could absolutely make the argument that you think that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than all of those quarterbacks. You cannot make the argument that he is having the better season. Not by just watching the games, not by statistically, and not by wins and losses record. If you want to go by, well, they're the first place team. They've won 15 games or whatever. So then explain this then. Explain this last year then. Explain it. This is just comically hilarious at this point, honestly. It really is. It really is. And again, we want to be like, oh, well, take away the, Joe Burrow has some pretty nice weapons. Okay, take away Spags and Andy Reid from Patrick Mahomes. Be my guest. Like, what are we talking about? Seriously, what are we talking about? This is just funny at this point, honestly. It's just, I don't even know, man. And again, it's Mahomes hater. No, I just am willing to have honest discussions. I'm just willing to have honest discussions. Kobe Bryant's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. He famously said, I don't know if it's famously, but it stood out to me. When he was ready to retire, he said, it's not that I can't do it anymore. It's that I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, nah, bro. You really can't do it anymore. You got some games in you. You can still play, but like, you can't. It's over. I'm not like, of course he could. He chose to walk away. No, I want to live in reality. Patrick Mahomes is genuinely one of my favorite players of all time. I absolutely positively love to watch him play. I've said this so many times. I am so grateful that we get to watch these games. Are you kidding me? Mahomes versus Lamar, Mahomes versus Burrow, Lamar versus Allen. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. This is awesome. These are all amazing quarterbacks to watch. I love every second of it. I just love even these conversations. I mean, on one side, I hate these conversations. On the other side, I love it because it's something to talk about. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine if just two of these guys weren't in the league right now? We'd be like, that Baker Mayfield versus Mahomes matchup is fun, isn't it? And it's like, I guess so. Who's going to win? Tua or Lamar? It's like, probably Lamar? Josh Allen or Tony Romo? Okay, sure. I guess that's a rival. So the fact that we got these guys, awesome. Truly nothing but gratitude. Truly nothing but gratitude. You can be a massive Mahomes fan. And it's okay to admit that he is not playing as the top 3. You can cook the books all you want. You can talk about, well, they're coming from behind and this and that. Okay. There's just nothing more to be said. really. And to hang the record on Joe Burrow, like, that's all the proof you need to know that it's not on Joe Burrow for this win-loss record. Just watch Joe Burrow play this year, and you can see that it's not on him. That it's obviously not on him. But then you want to be like, well, he's putting up good numbers because of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I can't grasp it. I really can't. It's like Joe Burrow will put up good numbers, or Lamar, or Josh Allen for that matter. And they'll say, yeah, but Lamar's got Derrick Henry. Joe Burrow's got Jamar Chase, is that. Patrick Mahomes doesn't win or doesn't play good. They say, well, look who he doesn't have. They use it as a way to defend him. Or if he loses in the Super Bowl, it's the O-line. That's always honestly one of the other best examples that I always reference, because they don't blame Mahomes. But then it's like if Lamar or Burrow or Allen won with a great O-line, they'd say, well, they got a great O-line. Take away that O-line and what could he do? And it's like, wait a second. Again, it's asymmetrical. It's a flaw in the logic. It's why they have things like the transitive property of congruence. If 1 + 1 = 2 and 2 + 1 = 3, like, it has to follow that law. It has to follow. Two plus one has to equal 4. It has to. There's no other way around it. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is funny. This is, never gets old, man. Never gets old. Imagine trying to debate whether or not Josh Allen should be, and that he's the MVP, but like not a Pro Bowler, like legit setting records, especially like individual records as well, doing things that we haven't seen like ever or since like 1952 or whatever. Oh man. Oh man. Sports talk is undefeated. It is undefeated. It's why we all keep coming back, because of conversations like this. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Who do you think should be left out for the Pro Bowler, for the Pro Bowl? Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Josh Allen. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.